The Highlanders Escape. Highlands Forever. By Aileen Adams.
Chapter 1. I tell ye, if we managed to board without half the town's soldiers running up the plank behind us. Malcolm Drummond barely bit back a sharp retort, one which, if he'd given voice to it, would be born of equal parts fatigue and strain, with more than a bit of irritation at Liam Munro's insistence on repeating the same things time and again thrown in for good measure. Angus MacDonald, on the other hand, was not nearly as patient. Would ye cease your never-ending worries, man? Ye have spent far too much of life in the company of women. Perhaps we ought to have left ye there for the English to find ye. Enough. Malcolm wedged himself between the two of them. Angus, his red hair all but standing on end thanks to the number of times his nervous hands had run through it, a bit damp thanks to nervous sweat. Liam, all wide eyes and flushed cheeks, his youthful manhood besmirched by the normally jovial Angus's bitter words. Malcolm lowered his voice to what he knew was a deadly whisper, like the hissing of a snake. Few were the men who would dare cross him when he spoke this way, and fools too, for never had he lost a fight in all his years. If ye insist upon drawing attention to us, by all means. But dinna expect me to board with ye. I shall pretend as though the three of us have never made the other's acquaintance, do ye ken? As it was, they'd already decided to behave as strangers, standing separate while waiting to board the ship scheduled to depart from the harbour in an hour's time. 1 hour. 1 hour, and they might be on their way. To what exactly, none of them knew. Certainly they might dream. They might suppose. Young, foolish men such as Liam might imagine themselves living like kings once they stepped foot on the shores of the New World. Well, perhaps he might. Malcolm appraised the man, the youngest of the three of them, as they once again secured their packs and tended to last-minute details before departing from the inn where they'd spent the past 2 evenings. Liam Munro had beaten back death itself, had sacrificed himself for the sake of Angus's life when English soldiers had descended upon them nearly 6 months prior. He might have lost his arm, and indeed his entire life once infection had set in. Yet he'd lived. When Malcolm had found him, safe in the embrace of his mother and sisters, he'd hardly recognized the lad. There must have been a great amount of feasting done in his honor upon returning home, for the lad had put on weight and gained muscle on top of it. Yes, Liam might make a comfortable life for himself. He was still in possession of most of the gold given to him by Eidith, in payment for ensuring her safety, the safety of the 3 bairns in her care. He might turn that gold into a fortune.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?